You have mass texted 15 separate human beings just to organize dinner plans. But now someone says, just call the restaurant and book it. And suddenly, you'd rather the group starve than make that call. All this time, you've told yourself, this is normal. I'm just more of a texter and everybody's like this now. Except, you just spent 10 minutes rehearsing a phone call to your dentist, all in your head. You planned your opening line. You planned a backup opening line, in case the first one came out weird. You even thought about what to do if a real person answered instead of a machine. And when it finally went to voicemail, that wasn't a disappointment in your books, that was a victory lap. You left the message, hung up, and felt like you just survived a grizzly bear attack. Now, why is that? Psychology has a way more interesting explanation for this than the cliched explanation that you're just socially awkward. Back in 1967, an UCLA psychologist looked into how we actually read emotions. What he found was that we rely on facial expressions for about 55% of the signal, 38% on the tone, and only 7% on the actual words. Now, a phone call effectively deletes more than half the information. There's no face, no eyes, and no hand gestures to give you feedback. Your brain is doing the math and going, I don't have enough to work with here. It's like trying to parallel park with your mirrors taped over. I mean, you could probably do it, but why would you want to? Then there's the other side of this, the part that makes texting feel like a gift from the universe. See if you relate to it. You get a text, you read it, you start typing a reply, only to delete it. You change sounds good to sounds great. Then you change it back, you add an exclamation mark. Then you remove it because now it looks aggressive. So you replace it with a period. You remove it too because now it looks passive-aggressive. You settle on just the words with nothing at the end and hit send. It takes you 4 minutes for 2 words. Others think you are overthinking, but you are just performing quality control. You treat communication like a craft, and texting lets you practice that craft on your own terms. But a phone call doesn't let you do that. A phone call is someone demanding a final answer in real time. There are no drafts, no edits, and no filters. It's a live performance every single time. And the audience is right there, waiting. In 2023, researchers at the University of Illinois surveyed over 500 people about this. They found a direct link between how much someone uses text-based communication and how anxious they feel about phone calls. But here's the twist. People weren't getting worse at talking. They were just finally realizing they never liked it in the first place. Texting just revealed that we hate being put on the spot. Your grandparents called people because there was literally nothing else. Your parents called people because email felt too formal. You text people because for the first time in human history, there's a way to communicate that actually matches how your brain wants to work. But let's look at the part that, at least for me, hits close to home. Your boss calls, unannounced. Hey, quick question. What's the status on the Henderson project? You know the answer. You absolutely know it. You've been working on this for 2 weeks. But right now, in this exact moment, your brain has decided to act like it's never heard of the project, or status, or work, or Henderson. So you say something. Not the wrong thing, but not the right thing either. Some middle ground answer that technically works, but isn't what you actually mean. And now you're going to spend the rest of your afternoon replaying that call, writing the perfect version of what you should have said, delivering it flawlessly to an audience of nobody in your shower at 9 p.m. That replay isn't you being crazy. That's your brain showing you the gap between what it can do and what the phone allowed it to do. You didn't fail the conversation failed you. Psychologists actually have a name for this. They call it telephobia, which is technically accurate, but sounds like you're scared of a Samsung Galaxy. So let's give it a better name. What you actually have is a wide draft gap. It's the distance between your first instinct and your real answer. Most people's draft gap is tiny. They think and they talk at almost the same speed. Yours is wider. You need a beat, sometimes a few beats. And in a world that built its entire communication system around instant response, that gap feels like a flaw. It's not. People with a wide draft gap tend to be the most precise communicators in any room. Their emails are the ones people actually read twice because every word was chosen on purpose. Their advice is the kind people remember years later. They don't talk much, but when they do, it lands. You're not bad at communicating, you're bad at communicating badly. Your brain refuses to send the first draft, it insists on the final version. And if you've spent your whole life thinking something was wrong with you because a 30-second phone call feels harder than a 3-page email, nothing is wrong with you. Your brain just takes words seriously. In a world full of people who fire off whatever comes to mind first, you're the one who actually thinks before you speak. That's a disappearing skill. So, no. You don't need to fix this. You just needed to see it for what it is. If this finally explains your weird phone avoidance, let me know. Share your worst phone call story in the comments below. Or, I swear I will find you and actually call you to hear it.